Executive Officer at Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing. I am a native of New Jersey. I've been a resident in North Carolina for 20 years. I have an amazing husband and 5 beautiful children.
Let's go. I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it, because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big.
Thank you all for attending this extraordinary event, and tonight we are taking the time out to thank our nurses for all the care they have provided to all the patients, friends, and families. We dedicate this night to celebrate your commitment, your compassion, your perseverance to providing top-of-the-line health care to all patients.
Say breakthroughs in the room.
Breakthroughs in the room.
It's yours if you want it. Anticipating.
Anticipating.
Always has worse going on than you do. They always have more going on than you do. And if you look at it like that, you will understand that compassion comes automatically. When you look at it like that and you realize that the patient's problems is way more than your problems because of everything that they have to deal with, and think about the patient like you or me that actually pay our bills, those hospital beds are even more expensive. So don't sit here and tell me that you can have an attitude and it's justified, especially when you're in healthcare, right? And I'm telling you as an owner,
Heart, come with me.
Be. Get ready.
What we're going to discuss today is there's 5 mistakes business owners make when it comes to an EIN. Second mistake you make is when you do apply for your EIN, you apply for it before you apply for your Secretary of State. Now, all states are different. The state of North Carolina, you can apply for business by putting in the business name, and you could get that usually within 24 hours or 48 hours. Other states can take up to 2 to 3 days. Some states can take longer, and what happens is you went ahead, you apply for your EIN, you got that first with your company name, and you go to the state level to apply, and it's no longer available. Now you have to do additional paperwork just to try to get everything balanced, right? You have to have everything. Family, it's Alisa, your CEO, 3 times, and I want to take a travel.
It's gonna be. Get ready.
Briefly, I just want to say we are doing a Make the Call to Get the Client challenge. It's a 5-day challenge, and I want you to be a part of it. If you are a healthcare staffing owner and you are suffering with getting clients, hospitals, nursing homes, whatever your niche is, whatever your audience that you're targeting, if you are having problems, you need to get tired of each other. Like, we adore each other. We love being with each other, right? You know, and I speak enough, so go ahead, babe. I'm gonna let you speak.
I'm just saying, like, you know, what you're saying there, like, it's a mouthful of, you know, questions, man, that it's like, what is wrong with you people to ask that question? You know, what is wrong with you and your wife's situation that you can't stand and work and be in the same place as your wife, right? No, I adore it. I enjoy it. I love it because because my wife, first of all, you know, before, like you say, you traveled, you know, we have very, you know, little time, you know, to capture together as we need to.
tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it. Because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big.
I believe
That it's my season.
that it's my season.
You ought to declare that over your own life. Say, I believe
I believe
that it's my time.
that it's my time.
It's my time.
It's my time.
And I
But the great thing about my company is I don't mind directly hiring or my staff to go to that hospital. So you get to see what the nurse or CNA is doing, then go. And you want that person to have that integrity, that professionalism when the door is closed. Because that's what matters, is how I treat you, not how I perform to get into a business, not how I perform in front of a bunch of group of nurses or medical professionals, but how I perform when I'm privately with the patient.
She's been to about 5 or 6 care centers. And the care is many times it depends upon the nurse atrocious. You know, the facilities have reached a point where they're hiring out this
when we were during COVID, because I had so much experience with so many specialties. When they created these ICUs and these med-surg units from like the waiting room or whatever space they can use in the hospital, God had allowed me to utilize my skills to train mass amount of nurses to help. So we had like one ICU in New York where nurses was just not coming back. Like nurses were dying and they were just not coming back because nobody knew what this virus was. And I'm just like, you know what, God? I have the skills, I have the knowledge, I have the years. I had to save some lives because what the news was depicting, I was just telling my husband, like, oh my God, like my nurses need help. And he was just like, you can't save the world.
If you're pre-diabetic or you're diabetic, it's a chance that you might lose some type of sensation in your feet. So you always want to touch the water when you get in any type of bath water. When you're immersing yourself in like a jacuzzi or anything, you always want to make sure you touch it with the palm of your hand. Your palm of your hand is more sensitive and less likely to lose sensitivity than your feet. Your feet will lose the sensitivity first. When integrity kicks in, that is when professionalism kicks in. That is when, accountability kicks in. And that is what we have with our medical professionals. We make sure they are all of that when the door is closed. So
yes, that's awesome. And I see that the way you do that is making sure you take care of the healthcare professional themselves, because in the space that they're in as people who are taking care of people who are sick or seeing all the things that they see, I mean, of course, self-care is such a big thing, right? And they don't get the opportunity to really care for themselves in order to show up as their best selves for those that they care for. So you guys make sure that you do that through top of the line healthcare staffing to make sure that they are good so that they can be good for those that they show up for.
Now you are actually providing so much of facilities and staffing to the whole healthcare system. So how do you see your journey from that point in time till now, and what is it now that you are aiming for? What is it that you seek for yourself?
So right now, I'm just seeking to touch medical professionals nationwide, because, and globally wide, because everybody will be a patient. And this is so funny to me how people don't think like, it's like, oh, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, that's not going to affect me. You can be talking to me right now and have a heart attack, right? I could be talking to you right now and have a stroke. Like at any moment in my life, I can become a patient. My kids can become a patient. Another day of breathing. He brings you another day to love your kids. He brings you another day just to be amongst the living. Things that we hold so dear to us. These are materials. The thing that matters most is your family, your health, and your happiness. You have to choose happiness over anything. And my husband, I love him when I say, look, you happiness over anything. I'm here to say, ever since God, and I tell everybody, he gave me a second chance. Because I could have been one of them nurses that walked in and didn't leave me. But for some reason, he